Yo, what's good? It's your boy Mafioso. Welcome to the Hive Hustle Podcast, where we talk about street culture, dance, hip hop, crump, roller skating, business, anything that's invested in me and helped me become the person I am today.
Welcome to the show, let us all begin. Introduce a new approach to evolve and win. Taking lead, never stop, can't fall again. Took heed and watched who I called a friend. On a swivel, ain't none of this simple. Rather be at the table, conversing what's beneficial. Put in hard work, unapologetic with your craft. Yeah, the scars hurt, but I won't regret what's in the past.
Today's my damn birthday. But, hey, I thank you for being here. Do us a favor and get us into the algorithms. Like, subscribe, follow, do all that good stuff. Today, man, I'm sitting with my bro. I remember filming a first video in like 2012, 2013 with this man, and he was behind the camera. Never thought he'd be in the position he's in today, but my brother Tamasi.
What's good, bro? Happy birthday, by the way.
Thank you, bro.
Thank you for having me on. You would be the one that'd be working on your birthday.
Never stop.
No days off.
Never stop. You know it. Man, as you know, I started this podcast on a whim because I personally want to invest in the culture. I want to give back some way, shape, or form. And I can't personally be as active as I used to be. I can't be in 4 sessions a week. I got 3 kids and then a wife. You know what I'm saying? I'm providing now. So with that said, this is my way to not only have a dope conversation with you because I ain't seen you in years and actually been in the same room with you.
Right.
But it's also a way for me to allow you to have this platform and be able to speak. A lot of us dancers, a lot of us DJs, a lot of us artists, I feel like podcasts have given us an interview platform. Like you see a lot of people like Tank and Jay Valentine with the R&B Money podcast. You see a lot of artists stepping into podcasting is because this is powerful. So I use this to elevate everybody around me. So thank you for being on the show. Of course. Man, it means the world. And let's step right in. Because people need to know who you are because you're freaking dope. So it's about street culture. So where are you from? What's your origin? Who's Tamasi of A?
Well, let's start from the beginning. I was born and raised in Utah.
Yes, I do know that.
Yeah, good times in Utah. Didn't really think about the arts or anything like that up until like middle school, leading into high school.
What was like a defining moment where you felt like you knew like, oh, this is different, like hip hop music or music in general?
You know, it's funny because my older brother, he showed me a documentary. You'll know this one. It's Rise.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
He got me on DVD. He was like, check this out. And I was watching Rise and I was like, whoa, this is legit. Like, you know.
For real?
Yeah. Rise was my first like dance film that like inspired me to
That's
start
insane.
dancing.
I would have never thought of that.
Right.
See, you learn something new every fucking day. Okay, go ahead.
You would think because like I'm not at all.
You're
like,
not a crumper. Like,
yeah, you know.
I'm like, what? I would have expected to hear you got served, breaking,
Yeah.
like something like that. But okay, I'm appreciative of that.
Yeah, and I remember at that time I really just like I feel like I have a obsessive personality. So when I get into something, I'm like off the
I
deep
think a
end.
lot of us creatives that have that. Yes.
Yeah, so it's just like kind of, you know, it's a snowball effect. I started like trying to imitate crump, learning about crump culture in Utah, there's not really any resources out there.
Yeah, back then there wasn't.
Yeah.
When that movie came out, there was no resources anywhere.
Right.
So, yeah.
And in our scene at the time, there wasn't that many people dancing. I mean, there was dancers and we had a scene, but it wasn't that large. Nothing to the capacity that Las Vegas has or LA has, you know. And you know, I finished schooling and everything. I really dedicated to training dance, and I'm thankful that there was like a good handful of people that I got to be around for a long time. And after a while, after I'd graduated, I remember my mom had asked me, she was like, "What do you want to do with your life?" And I was like, "I think I want to leave Utah and pursue dance." And I remember she first asked me if like California would be the first option, and I was like, no, I think I should go to Vegas. Like, I think I need to like gain some experience first because I already knew that I wasn't ready for.
LA's a different ball game, bro.
Yeah,
LA is a different ball game. Vegas has grown to where now, when you step into an audition, you got to be on.
You gotta come correct.
Because Vegas is like now different. We didn't have sports 10 years ago. We didn't have the things we have 10 years ago. But I get it. Vegas has always been little LA.
What I'm saying? And it's like building up. I mean, it's like you said, it's a whole different beast now. But at that time, I was like, I think this would be a good starting point.
So what, if you don't mind me asking, what year did you graduate high school?
2013.
Whoa.
Yeah.
You're young, bro. Yeah. I didn't know you were that young. Yeah. So 2013, you graduated high school. Wow. I'm a lot older than you.
Yeah. And then 2014 is when I moved out here.
Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah. So when I first met you, you was a kid.
Yeah. I was still a child.
Bro, that changes everything. Because when I was first, like, when we were first talking, that was in one round time.
Yeah. And
I didn't know you were that young,
Couldn't even drink. I couldn't do anything.
That's how you know dancers don't care about age. It's energy. Like, when it comes to hanging out, when it comes to, like, kicking it, like, I go to the skating rink now, and I'm like, how old are you? Oh, yeah, I'm 22. I'm like, hold on, you were born in 2002? Like, what are you talking about? But they're amazing skaters. They're dope people. Like, kids nowadays grow up a lot quicker. And I feel like it's a good and bad thing. You know, you can have the kid that's very knowledgeable. Like, when I first met you, I didn't know you were 19 years old or 20 years old.
Yeah.
Like, when we were filming one round, you were 20, bro?
Yeah. Yeah. 20 years old.
Whoa. Continue. So you moved out here in 2014.
Yeah, 2014 I was out here, and then I think I was really thankful to have the Vegas community. Like, you guys really brought me up. Like, it was like you guys at one round, Potts crew, Scribbled Funk, Full Force, Knuckleheads, like all of those crews.
Battleborn, A-Team.
Yep, A-Team.
There's so many people that invested in people out here, yeah.
Yeah, and like I feel like the community welcomed me with open arms, you know?
That's one thing I can say about the Vegas veterans and the Vegas OGs is the people that really built the scene, like Potts, Born, Knucklehead Zoo. We're always about each one, teach one. All of us.
Yes.
We just want to give back because that's what was given to us when I was in late 90s, bro, just doing this because I didn't know what the hell anything else was before you got served. I watched Breaking', but before that, like, I had a big homie or I had the bro that knew how to wave or knew how to wobble or knew how to do something. So, okay. Second question. Obviously, we already talked about what introduced you to street culture. Mm-hmm. I'm going to shift it because I have your first experience in Vegas dance culture. What was that? So after moving here, what was like a moment that you remember when you first got here?
When I first got here. I gotta like think on that one. I just feel like it was kind of like a roller coaster because it was like.
So did you have a plan?
No, I had no plan.
I respect you so much for that.
In the pursuit of knowledge, that's all. I feel like that's kind of just been my life's focus. I like being a student. I like learning. I like being challenged to learn more. You know, and so when I was coming out here, I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna figure it out and.
Man, it's really hard to walk by faith and walk by just like knowing that you're gonna somehow, some way you're gonna make it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you knew that it was either this or go back home. What do I have to lose?
Yeah.
You know,
exactly.
And doing that is like it's really hard. So tell us how that felt.
Man, it was crazy. Like it was just like it. I remember coming in here thinking I was like hot shit. I really thought I was like that dude.
I seen the thing you posted on Instagram.
Bro, you saw that, bro.
The shoes. Bro. You had the Chucks on and the sides were like
feel
rips.
myself, I don't want nobody to ever love me. No, I'm just kidding.
Great, bro.
But yeah, I was just really thankful because it was like I think my first experience when I was coming out here was like, I mean, I'd say it was Mecca's events. Crazy. Mecca was throwing hella battles at the time.
Yeah, because he just opened the factory.
Yeah,
he just opened the factory, and Sio was like lit.
Yeah, Sio was like on top. Bro,
we battled together at
Sio. Yeah, bro.
Yo,
we got history,
I just
bro.
watched that. I just watched my round where I was like, and I was like looking at you behind me, and I'm like, damn, I'm about to interview this fool. But we like literally battled together, and didn't we battle Spartan and Remind? And we lost to them?
No. Oh, wait.
We battled Hans and
Hans
Breland.
and Breland.
Bro!
Yeah, Hans and Breland,
Didn't we
bro.
win?
No, we lost.
Oh, we lost to
We
them?
lost that one.
But did we beat Spartan? Because we battled Spartan and Remind too, didn't we?
I think that was prelims.
We got to go step by step YouTube channel.
Yeah.
You know it's on there.
Yeah. Let's go dig in the archives. AC
Low
Best.
key. But that was an iconic, like top 16
Yeah,
V2. That was an iconic moment for Vegas.
Yeah, those battles were crazy.
And I was like, you were still only like 21.
yeah, bro. It was.
Bro, I'm never going to get over that. I'm going to message you like 5 years from now and be like, hey, bro, remember when I found out you were 19? When you moved out here? That makes sense. I'm so glad that I've watched you in your journey, bro.
I appreciate that. I think it's crazy to look at it in retrospect.
It's been a decade.
Yeah, it's been a decade. And like, you know, I was just meeting up with some homies like over the last few weeks because everybody knows that I'm leaving soon.
Yeah.
But I'll sit down with them and I look at them and I'm like, whoa, I like know you like from way back.
Yeah.
And like,
imagine how many people we've came across in the past decade.
yeah.
Like that we've had dinner with.
and we've-
After Ninja, we went to eat or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, and we've just built together and we really became like a community. Like
Yeah.
we just know so many people. We know how far back we go.
Yeah.
Like even with Mahay, like I've known Mahay longer than I've known you.
Dude,
you know what
and
I'm
what's
saying?
funny
Like-
is when I interviewed her and she was like, yeah, I met you in 2015 at the Absolute Zero. I'm like, whoa. Whoa, for real. Like, that's true. And she was like, yeah. And then when she talks about Crump and like, I don't know how Crump influenced a lot of different people. And it's amazing to hear because it's the dance I love. You know what I'm saying? I've been investing in it and doing it for like almost 20 years now. So, okay. On that note, we just had a crazy good conversation about a couple questions. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back. Like, subscribe, and do all the things you need to do, please. We'll be back. Are you ready to take your brand to the next level? At Swarm Branding, we're your digital marketing agency in Las Vegas. At Swarm Branding, we're not just another agency, though. We're a team of creatives that's dedicated to turning your vision into reality. Whether that's web design, graphic design, search engine optimization, or social media services, we've got you covered. Our certified experts bring over 2 decades of experience to the table, ensuring top-notch quality with every project. And the best part, we offer fair pricing without compromising on excellence. So why wait? Boost your business with Swarm Branding today. Visit our website or give us a call to get your free consultation. Yo, what's up? Welcome back. It's Mafioso, the Hive Hustle Podcast. I appreciate you for being here. This is my bro Tamasi. I want to talk a little bit about his furtherance into dance because he moved out here in 2014, right? Into Vegas. You obviously learned about dance through watching Rise. Now, were you a side question before we get into the meat? Were you a part of Utah's scene already when you moved here?
Yeah. I was
Okay.
pretty well invested in this.
Got
scene.
you.
I threw a couple of battles. They were really small scale because I
Okay.
was just so inspired by like I don't know if you know like the B-Boy Federation out there in Utah. Yeah, like Text and all them. Like,
Yeah.
I was really inspired by his events and tried to throw a couple of my own at a smaller scale, and then competed in a lot of battles out there too.
Okay.
So
Cool.
yeah.
Okay, so I wasn't sure of that. So when Vegas came into play, you obviously messed with One Round in Us. Like you helped film for us. You did a lot of projects. We just talked about the fact that we battled at SIO for God knows how many years. Ninja, when Ninja opened and all of those things, right? When did it shift to DJing? And because I know you hold a camera really well. What made you shift? And like, was it something that was defining or was it just...
You know, I hate to, I don't even mean this in a bad way. I think I was just like, there was one point where I was like really tired of hearing the same songs at events. And not that it was bad music, but it was just the same music.
Yeah.
You know? And so in my head, I was like, I do like listening to a lot of different types of songs, and I like digging in my crates and finding music. And I think after a certain point, I was like, I want to give it a try. Like, thankfully, like, thanks to Kino and Mahala, like, they really put me on how to DJ. And I was kind of practicing here and there for a little bit, but it wasn't until a few years in, I was like, oh, I want to try doing events, you know? And like, thanks to like For Real and like Style and all them. Like,
Yeah.
like, oh, here, hop on, spin this. And I'm like, okay, cool, let's give it a try.
And that's one thing about the Vegas community is we'll always, like now Jesse stepping into hosting. You know what I'm saying? Like certain people step into certain things, and I feel like you have a group of people like Dez has been hosting. Art has been hosting. Neek has hosted before. So there's a couple people that already involved in it. So if you need help or you need assistance to kind of like, okay, what should I do if this happens? You can get that assistance. So that's dope. That's dope. So what year would you say is that like you started choosing to take it serious?
It was probably like 2018, 2019. It was just kind of like on and off because I was already like invested in dance still. I was performing in shows.
You were in Jabba for God knows how long.
A good amount of time. So it was, I was performing for a while, but then I was like, oh, like I really want to be involved with the community still, but I also don't want to sacrifice myself.
I feel like
physically.
that's exactly what I'm doing. Like I can't dance every day. Today I'm 38. Like I don't care if everybody knows my age. The fact is like I love for real my brother. But a couple months back, he tore his Achilles just by doing a step.
Oh,
and I'm like, okay, we're getting to that age where it's either I'm going to be heavily invested in stretching, meditating, yoga, all of this stuff if I want to continue to dance on a daily basis. Or I can invest where I can invest, be a podcast host, give people a platform of some sort, and still be a part of that culture in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, exactly.
And I feel like that's probably the same thing that happened to you.
Yeah. You know, like when you're dancing all day, every day, you don't want to go out and dance more without hurting yourself, you know? But I still wanted to be just as much involved with the community. And thankfully, like I was just getting hit up more and more for DJ work. So.
Didn't you just do like, if I'm not mistaken, you just did World of Dance?
Yeah, World of Dance LA. Let's
go.
That shit was...
So how was it being on that scale?
It was crazy because like...
You were next to Hans, right?
Yeah, I was doing it with Hans, and I think it was crazy because I think I've been spinning for Vegas for so long. Yeah. I think people kind of already...
We know your style.
Yeah. Y'all know what I play.
If I go to an event and Tamasi's DJing, I know I'm going to laugh some way, shape, or form at a track he plays. And then I'm going to think that same track is so dope because of the twist it has in it. And yeah, I can expect that.
Yeah, and
the fight or there's a certain thing you use right before the battle.
Oh, the get ready for the
next there battle. You go. Like I'm like, that's your signature. Everybody has their signatures. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like that is what became yours. So how did LA take it?
They loved it. I think they were just going crazy at the song selection, and I think it was like, I mean, you know, because they already have Hans too.
Yeah.
You know, and
Hans is a great DJ,
amazing DJ, like phenomenal DJ. So it was dope to be up there, and people were just having a great time.
And if I'm not mistaken, you and Hans have tag team before too.
Yeah.
At the Level Up, right?
At the Level Up.
Bro, I was vending there, and I can remember looking at you and being like,
yeah.
Because they won't send you the tracks. They won't. I've paid for real for music, and all he does is send me a mix. And don't tell me what tracks is in the mix. I just have to like rewind it and cut it in GarageBand and make another track out of it. If I love it, like I don't like y'all, bro. Because people that ain't even DJs but do dig in like SoundCloud and stuff, like Jesse, I'll get a message every like 6 months. Hey, bro, here. I'll get a nugget. I'm like, y'all mother, because y'all all got the good music.
Well, it's like, one, it's hard to do that because it's like we have so much music that we have to sift through like on a daily basis.
Yeah, especially when you're a DJ.
To curate. And then like the amount of people requesting music. And I feel bad. Anybody that's watching this and has been in the DMs, I promise I'll try to get some tracks to y'all, but it's tough because a lot of people be asking.
Hey, music is the way, like it drives it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if we know somebody that has amazing tracks, we're gonna message them.
Yeah. Or even better, you're gonna show up. You know, like, and that's how you know you're doing something right, if people show up. Even if they don't want to, they still show up. Like, it's dope that DJs have that power to bring something out of somebody. And that's my favorite part about it, is playing songs that I'm like, you guys haven't heard this one yet, huh? Let's try it out. And then, that's
got to be a good feeling.
Yeah.
And then when they react to it, it's probably like, oh yeah.
Yeah, I had a couple people coming up to the DJ booth. They're like, yeah, man, you're killing out there. Yeah, and then just walk away. I was like, bro, it was so...
Hey, if I do that to you, don't be mad. Because now I know the trick. All you do is walk up to them and take a picture of their computer, y'all. You got to make this into a reel, Monte. because you got to tell everybody how to do it. All right. So this is one of my favorite parts of the episodes, okay? Because we do flash questions. So it's one or the other, and you have to give an explanation, okay? DJing or dancing?
Dancing.
Why?
Dancer. I'm a dancer at heart.
Okay.
Movement is everything, you know? I love music, but it
started out here.
It's the way my body reacts to it.
I feel like that's a whole different ball game, bro. Like just the way we react to the music, and like when you love music, you hear it differently. Yeah, I get that.
And that's what amplifies my DJing, if I could say. Like that's what
I
amplifies
think
my DJing.
dancers that are DJs are so much better than somebody that just picks up a pair of tables.
Right.
Like for real, you, Hans, Neek. I could go to Paradise Fever. I can't go right now because I have 3 damn kids, which I'm interviewing him next week. Oh, so I'm hype about it. But like Paradise Fever has always been one of my favorite downtown events ever. Like, you know, you're going to have a great time at that party, and to know that Neek has curated it and built it to what it is today is dope.
And
that's why.
He's a music nerd, like,
bro,
like in the best way
I've
possible.
been to his house like twice in my life, and I feel like it's like an antique warehouse.
He like lives the lifestyle of music.
Like literally. If Neek ever had a kid, I'd be like, are you sure? That's what I would ask, because I'm like, he seems like the single guy that just lives downtown, and that's the lifestyle he lives, you know, like, because I was there once, but I don't know if you ever end up with a family, bro, I'm going to support you, but I'm still going to think it's a little weird because you're the downtown guy. Like I see him and his rants about somebody walking up to the DJ booth. Yeah. I love him. Now, favorite animal and why?
Capybara.
Whoa. What'd you say?
Capybara.
Capybara.
Yeah.
What is that?
They're like big looking rats. That's the best way I could put it.
Okay, Monte, you have to make a reel out of this, and you have to put a picture of the capybara, whatever it is, in the video.
Capybara.
Because I don't get it. What is that?
They're just like, they're really friendly like animals, and they're like.
Do you have one as a pet?
No, I wish I could. I feel like
can you like legally have one as a pet?
I think so. There's like one account in Vegas that owns one, and has him sit in the passenger seat, and they just be driving together.
Oh, that's so dope.
So it's cute.
You know what I would love to have if I could? A koala.
A koala? That would be sick.
Like, that'd be so dope to have a koala, like, and him just be chilling with you.
Just hanging?
Literally.
Just
like he'd be a part of the episode.
Yeah.
Like, that would be amazing. Like, amazing, bro. Okay, last one. I really want to know this question because you're an editor. And I know you've had a MacBook before, but is it Apples or Windows?
Apple. All day.
Because some people switch. Like, I've heard people be all Mac, all Apple, and then they get like a built Windows computer and they're like, nope, I'm not going back. Like Danny, he's Windows, but he has a MacBook.
I think as an editor, it makes sense, but as a DJ, Apple all day.
I personally think as a gamer, if I was a gamer tough, I would get a Windows computer.
Yeah, easily.
You know what I'm saying? Because you could build a gaming computer, but Apple's not going to allow you to do that. You'd have to buy a $17,000 computer.
Right.
And I don't nobody want to do that.
Apple's just purely functionality. Like,
it's literally that. Okay. Well, hey, on that note, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back. We appreciate you. Like, subscribe, and follow. Do all that. Peace. Are you ready for the ultimate Swarm experience? Get ready to immerse yourself in everything we have to offer. From top-notch branding services with Swarm Branding to the freshest streetwear, the Swarm brand. We've got you covered. Dive deep into the vibrant world of street culture with Swarm Culture, where every event and initiative celebrates the pulse of the streets. Also, don't forget to tune into the Hive Hustle Podcast, where the stories behind the streets come to life. Are you ready to swarm everything? Visit our website today at swarmeverything.com or call us at 702-758-5591 and we'll get you started on your journey. Yo, welcome back. No Diddy though. That's becoming like a line.
Yeah, that's the new one.
Diddy the diddler. No, but we're here with my bro Tamasi. Welcome to the Hive Hustle Podcast. We just came back, but I've been having a great conversation with this man, and I gotta say, bro, I miss doing this. I gotta kick it with you more before you leave.
Hell yeah, at least a couple more times.
We gotta go to Roberto's once.
Yeah,
he brought me a burrito, y'all, for my birthday. I don't want it. I'm gonna put it in the fridge because I already ate lunch, but that's dinner for sure. if y'all don't know, I got to tell a story before we get
Hell
back
yeah,
into
let's
the
do
interview,
it.
okay? So if you watch this channel, you probably know that this channel used to be a crew called One Rounds Channel. And that was a dance crew that I was the leader of back in 2012 to 2017, right before Swarm Brand was built. This man, if you go back into the archives of this channel, 60% of the concept videos that I created were him. He filmed them, he edited them, and this was the first understanding of what we can accomplish on YouTube with a team. Because I had him, and then Suave started taking photos for me.
Yep,
You know what I'm saying?
yep.
Like, I think you were like one of the people that helped Suave get with a camera.
Oh yeah,
If you remember, because he
was
didn't have a
asking
camera, he
questions
would ask you the questions. He would talk to you. He'd be like, "How do you edit?" And then when I started doing it, he asked me. And then when we like were in the late arena of One Round, that's when he started grabbing a camera. And obviously, him and Diamond was heavy rounds.
Yeah.
So if you think about it, all that correlates like to where we're all at now. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Full circle,
It's
bro.
full community
now,
moment, you know?
Suave does some of the photos for Swarm Brand and me and my wife,
Mm-hmm.
like our maternity shoot. Well, before we just had Jace.
Yeah.
Suave and Diamond did that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's such a crazy community of what we've built in here. But the reason I say all that to say is like you could literally have a relationship with somebody and never see them in like 6 months to a year, and it could be the same when you see them, and that's how it's always been with
Just
you,
pick
bro.
right back up where we left off.
We would always go to Roberto's after we filmed the video or before to get food, because at that moment, I didn't have money to pay people. So I literally would call, "Hey, bro, I ain't got no money, but I could buy you a burrito." You remember that?
Always down.
And he was always down. But now it's a different world. If I book him to DJ, he has a rate. And if I do anything for him, I have a rate. And we respect each other on that level.
Mm-hmm.
And as artists, we have to do that. Like, we're out here grinding. We're out here striving for greatness.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's why if I can't throw an event right, I'm not throwing it.
I feel that. I feel that.
Now you understand with
bro.
Move For You, because you
Yeah.
obviously have your own brand of event. And it's, if you can't do it right, bro, I'm not going to do it. It's not right. And personally, the one I did go of yours, fucking crazy, bro. Like the concepts you have, like I felt like because you did it in the small room at Prodigy, it was so like,
It's intimate.
yes,
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
looking for that word, and that's exactly what it was. It was intimate and it was dope. Like the circle was real small. If you had a drone in there, it would have caught everything, and I could see it in my head because I think somebody was standing on a chair and they like filmed somebody dancing, and it was just a dope vibe. But yeah, if you can't do it right, then don't do
Dude,
it.
I feel that. And I actually need to hit you up too, because I might need something done.
Let's go.
Because I'm going to try to do one more before
Let's
I'm
do
out.
it, bro. I'm down for whatever.
Yeah,
so
for
let's
sure.
talk. Now, this is the part of the episode where we get a little like deep, because obviously we've known each other for 10 years now this year, and not only that, it's a matter of we've grown as people. I'm a father now. I'm a husband. I was a husband back then, but I'm like a provider now. You know what I'm saying? I'm a different person. You obviously are too. We know each other, but we don't hang out on a daily basis.
Right.
So I know Tamasi from social media. That's how a lot of us know each other. We don't hang out all the time. So if you could tell 20-year-old you, or whenever you moved out here 10 years ago, if you could tell him something, like what would you tell him?
I would tell him to take care of yourself. Invest in your health. And not just like physically, but like emotionally, mentally. There's a lot of work that needs to be done, but once you start seeing the other side of the tunnel, peace is the only way that you'll really find your way through the struggles of everything, you know. And I think if I were to run it back, I would be more conscious of how much I needed to take care of myself.
Me too. I definitely agree with that, because from 2012 to like 2018, like I could even admit, and I do it all the time, like I was very religious. I was very judgmental. I was very asshole-ish. Like I didn't care, bro. I was selfish. And I can admit that knowing, because I did that work. You know what I'm saying? I went through the trials. I went through the tribulations. I figured out who the hell I was. I was talking to somebody the other day, and I was like, you find your what, then you find your why. So when you find your what, my what is web development. Like what I love to do. What I love to do is dance. What I love to do is be creative. That's what I want to do for a living. But why? Is it because of pride? I just can't have a job and I don't want to work for anybody? Or is it because I truly have a passion to help people?
Yes. Yeah.
And that's where the why comes into play. And then you get a how. How are you going to make it happen? And then when you make it happen, you look back and like, dang. And it's an aha moment.
Yeah.
So it's like all of them together.
They got you. They got you. At the
like,
end.
dang, like I'm here. I did the work I needed to do. I did the self-love, the self-care, making sure that I have a morning routine. I stretch. I do what I need to do. I drink my green juice. Whatever freaking routine that person has, you build it. And then you grow off of it.
I think that's like the beauty of this community too, is that like we've all seen each other through thick and thin at our like best and our worst points.
Yeah.
And like the fact that we can still just see each other and show love and like still build together as a community.
Yeah, because all of us have had problems. All of us have had issues. There's even still people till this day that probably got issues with me that I don't even know about. But I've came to the point where I can't worry about that. I got 3 humans that need to eat and 2 dogs that need to eat and a wife that needs to make sure she's got everything she needs. And that's why I understand why Lamont disappeared for a while when he had kids. I always tell him, I apologize to him all the time. I'm like, bruh, like, I'm sorry. Because I judged him for it. I was like, bro, you weren't here. I couldn't be around you. But he had to. And people ask me all the time, like, yo, why ain't you at this? And why ain't you at that? I'm like, look, like, it's a different ball game now. You know, like, I could be there when I can be there. And when I can be there, you know you're going to see me. Anybody knows that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly,
But when now I understand why. I used to bug Mecca about it. Why ain't you at events? Why ain't you here? Why ain't you there? Oh, he has 2 children and a wife. Like, he has a family. It's a whole different ball game. And I think as dancers that are family men, we also have to understand the people that don't have kids, the people that live this lifestyle, are downtown every day or at these events 4 nights a week. Because I have little homies that do that. And so it's a balance. And I feel like there's a harmony right now in Vegas, at least from my perspective. I don't know all the ins and outs, who's beefing with who. I don't need to know. But I know when I go to events, there's a buzz. And people are laughing. People are smiling. People are joking. There's funny things happening. There's always going to be some toxic stuff somewhere.
Yeah, things are always going to
Perception is reality, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So now you answered that one. What is something, being that you're moving to Cali now? Oh, I don't know if I was supposed to say that.
Oh, it's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, let the world know.
Because
right?
me and Lamont were just talking and we were saying that, like, on your story or your reel you posted, you didn't say where you were going.
Yeah.
I was like, well, where the fuck is he going? Is he going back to Utah? Are you going to Alaska? Like, I don't know. Are you moving to Russia? Like, you're literally moving next door.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to be able to go to LA and knock on your door.
Exactly.
But you're still going away. So what would you say you took like from living in Vegas?
From living out here, man, I was just thankful that I was able to learn. And I think the second that I wasn't in a position to be learning and doing things that just like weren't giving me something to take away, that's when I knew I needed to start branching out more. You know, and not that it's in a bad way, but I started to feel complacency building up in my life, and there's nothing wrong with complacency at all. But for me as a person, I'm not a complacent type.
I don't think complacent is the right word. Contentment, there's nothing wrong with. Being content is good. But being, my personal opinion, being complacent, like you're not trying. Being content with where you are, but still striving to change little things here and there, that's for me. But like, I get you. If you get to that point, like, that's why I started the podcast. That's why I started my business stuff, because I was working for people and I was like, dude, like, I know what I'm supposed to do. I knew it from day one. I told Monte earlier, I was like, dude, like, I didn't know what it was, but I knew I was going to be a owner of something because I never had anything. I never owned anything when I was a kid. So being the owner of this and knowing that this is mine and I built it, and I did what I needed to do, and I had people help me along the way to network with and to grow with. But it's mine. I can grab hold of it. That's what I wanted. I was always working for other people's visions.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But when is it that moment that like you take your own.
Yeah.
You take your own moment that's yours, and you build with it. And it's like talking to you in the back of your head this whole time, and you're like, no, it's okay. But then after a while,
it's like, okay, I gotta listen.
Yeah, it's time to listen.
And that was that moment for you, huh? Like you were just like, I gotta go.
Yeah.
Hey, it happens, man. Now, being that you're moving to LA, and like you're obviously trying to branch out and do more. What's some next steps, and what's like some things you got going on?
Well, right now,
I know he just DJ'd World of Dance. So we just gonna put that, like, let that simmer. Like World of Dance. Like that's a big deal. LA, not World of Dance like Netherlands. or like a small world. Like it's LA. So yeah, let's continue.
We're in the heart of it. Yeah. I mean, the next step right now, I think. So right now it's been a crazy transition. I'm basically letting go everything that built me, and I'm starting from square one. Like everything here, like my whole life that I had built here, and this whole life that I thought I had planned. Yeah, piece by piece, I'm letting it go, saying bye to people that I probably won't see in a really long time. And letting go of certain things that I'm like, okay, it's time to release this and let it be what it is. But I'm actually okay with kind of like keeping my head low and working. You've
always been keeping your head low. I be forgetting that you have social media at times, and then I see a funny video with your face in the camera like this. I'm like, okay, yeah, Tamasi's still alive,
still here. But yeah, no, it's I'm just starting from square one. I don't mind working a normal job to kind of get my feet on the ground or off the ground.
Yeah, well, you have to.
Yeah, and like I know my next steps are for sure to find something within music, find something within dance, and to become a student again.
There you go.
And being a student again is probably my biggest priority.
The biggest priority, yeah. Because when you get to that plateau, you feel like you need to do something different.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so I get it. I was at a plateau probably 2 years ago. I was working from home. I had a client that was paying me a pretty decent amount of money to where I didn't have to work for anybody else. And I would go into their office every once in a while. October of 2022. And then that's when I was like, you know what? Let me get an office. I got my little small one that was probably about this big. And then in 2023, that's when things just started going crazy. I had my first 5K month. I had my first 10K month. Yeah. And then all of a sudden things started shifting, and I was like, okay, I need to hire some help. But if I never took that initial step to step away from the job I was working and being like, you know what, I'm not going to be W-2 anymore. I'm going to do my thing as a self-employed freelancer. Then I was able to say, okay, well, now my freelance is actually growing. I need to bring on people as a team.
Yeah.
And then that's when the vision for Swarm branding really, really started developing. So I don't do 40 on 2-hour podcasts. So that was obviously the last question. But I want to end with this because I'm feeling it on my heart. You're stepping into one of the biggest seasons of your life. You're going to see growth tremendously that you haven't seen before in your creativity and in your life. And just know that if you ever got to come back to Vegas, or you ever want to come back to Vegas and visit or anything of the sort, don't hesitate to hit any of us up. You've been a pillar in the community for a very long time. You started off as a cocky little kid that came from Utah, but you grew with us. You helped us grow. And from Vegas, because I call myself Vegas all the time. I grew up out here. I started dance here. I'm going to end dance here. But from Vegas, thank you.
Appreciate you, bro. It
Definitely.
means a lot.
Well, on that note, we're going to end it. We ain't going to cry because I've already cried enough today. It's my birthday.
Not today.
But y'all, hey, thank you for being here. Like, subscribe, follow us on all of our platforms. Follow him at Tamasi. Look him up, man. He's a Jabbawockeez. He's a great videographer. He's a dope-ass DJ, and he needs to be elevated. So enjoy your journey in Cali, man.
Appreciate you,
and
bro.
We'll see you on the next one. Peace.
Boop, boop, boop.